You're welcome to our Waec Revision Guide 2024. This is mathematics theory on board. The question number 1 here. A car travels at a distance of 112 km at an average speed of 70 km per hour. It then travels further 60 km at an average speed of 50 km per hour. Calculate for the entire journey the total time taken. Yes, look at this question. What are the parameters given? If you want to solve very well, try to know the parameters given in a question. I have a parameter called distance. Now write distance. Distance equals 112 km. Average speed, that speed equals 70 km per hour. Then time taken is hidden, it's not given. You can recall that in physics, that average speed is what? Distance all over time. So you have to recall that time not available. But all you know that average speed equals distance all over time taken. When you have this, you can see the relationship between the question given here. We have the first distance, the first average speed, the second distance, and the second average speed, meaning two things are involved or the same name. So what do? Look at this formula you have, average speed equals distance over time. Ask yourself, what is missing here? It is time taken, meaning the first is what? 70 km per hour equals distance. What is the distance? 112 km. All over time taken, which is unknown. Your known value can be S, it can be K, it can be Y, it can be any alphabet of your choice. So just say, let this be this. And also try to focus on what the question is saying. The question says, calculate for the entire journey the total time taken, meaning their interest in this question is what? Time taken. Okay. Look at the first one here. I have a whole number side and a fractional side. If I like, I can introduce a fraction here, which is 70 km per hour, all over 1, which is a fraction. I've made it to become a fraction. So, you say cross multiply, like most of you do. You can also say 70 multiplied by x equals 1 multiplied by 112. So 70x equals 112. What are you looking for here? It is what? The value of x. Remember that you assigned s. Let another person assign y. Another person assign k. Any alphabet of your choice. Don't use the same alphabet. Now, at the same variable, we have 70s equals 112. This is a linear equation. In every linear equation, look out for the multiplicative inverse of the alphanumeric. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 70s is simply 1 over 70. So multiply through by 1 over 70. And some people will be wondering about the 1 over 70. 1 over 70 here simply implies the multiplicative inverse of the what? Alphanumeric. That's 70s. You have 1 over 70 multiplied by 70x equals 1 over 70 multiplied by 112. So this can take care of this. X now equals 112 all over 70. X now equals 2 here. This is 5. Remainder 1. 6. That's 56. The here is 35. So using calculator, 56 all over 25 okay, 1.6. That's for first equation. For the second information here, it then travels further 60 km at an average speed of 50 km per hour. I can call that one speed 2 equals distance 2. Or since we use just ordinary speed, ordinary distance, speed 1 all over distance 1 all over time 2. So the speed here is 50 km per hour equals distance. The distance here is 60 kilometer over T2. You can call it T1. You can call it S1, so it will be different from the first one. So over 150 multiplied by x1 equals 1 multiplied by 60. 50x1 equals 60. Multiply by multiplicative inverse of 50x1, we're going to have 1 over 50 times 60. So x1 equals 60 all over 50. x1 equals 6 all over 5, which will give us 1.2. 1.6. The total time was 1.6 plus 1.2. They give us 2.8. Okay, the total time taken is what? 2 hours 8 minutes. 2 hours 8 minutes is the total time. Don't forget your unit, because what you have here is kilometer per hour. Is kilometer. So when you do kilometer will cancel kilometer, it will remain what? Hour. But you have to have how many hours? 2 hours 8 minutes. So that becomes the solution to that question. This is B part of it. B part is saying if x all over y equals 2 and y all over 2 equals 3, find the value of x plus y all over y plus z. This is a ratio question, as if x all over y equals 2, comma, and y all over z equals 3. We are looking for the value of x plus y all over y plus z. Okay. How many different variables are here? You can see x, comma y, comma z. And if you can watch well, this is ratio. Since this is ratio, I may decide to say x all over y being equal to 2 implies x equals 2y. Okay? You keep it. Coming to this point, you can see that y all over z equals 3. At this point, one can also say y equals 3z. But is there any correlation here? No. Meaning we need to be very careful. At this point, you can decide to say that y equals what? X all over 2. No issue. So that here y is this. If y is this and y is this, you can equate two of them together by saying x all over 2 equals 3z. So whoever you want to make subject of the formula, or however you want it, consider what you have. You have s, you have y, you have z. From here, we can say s equals what? Okay, we have s before. Let us try to work with z. So we can have value assigned to each of the variables given in the question, so that from this point, this is over 1, x equals 6z. So that z will be what? X all over 6. How? When I want to make z subject of the formula, it simply implies that the number attached to z will be eliminated. Or you can say the multiplicative inverse of 6z is what? 1 over 6. That is, x multiplied by 1 over 6 equals 6z multiplied by 1 over 6. You can see that z equals s all over 6. So that's how I came about this s all over 6. So, coming back to this question we have here, recall you were told to find x plus y all over y plus z. So, from here, you can call it equation 1. You can call here equation 2. You can call here equation 3. Why am I giving or naming them different equations? It's just for you to be able to select where you have made each of them subject of the formula. If s is 2y, I will write what? 2y plus, what is our y? X over 2. Okay. Y again? X all over 2. All of z. Y is x over 2. Or y is 3z. Let's see what will happen. Then here, z. X all over 6. Look, you have to make this to be uniform, so that we're going to have 2y. What is y? X all over 2 plus x all over 2, x over 2 plus x all over 6. And here we have that 2x plus x divided by 2 all over 2 divided by, let's say here is 6. This is 3x plus x will give us 2x plus s all over 2 times 6 all over 4s. So we can have 3x times 6 all over 2 times 4x. 2 here, 3, 2 here, 1. So we'll have, let me write it up somewhere where you can see. Look at the final solution. We're going to have 3s times 3 all over 4x. X here to give us what? 9 all over 4. So our solution is what? 4 number 1 all over. 4 and 9 is 2. 2 number 1 over 4. But if you don't like this method, you can use the method of ratio to solve and get your solution. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 over 4. So the ratio method, x ratio y ratio z. And let us begin to place. This is x over y equals to, means x ratio y is 2:1. I will write 2:1. Then y ratio z means 3:1. I will write 3:1. We add a ratio here, also include the ratio. Now, immediately after 1, nothing is under this point. So, what we replace this place to produce a number is the last one. Look at the beginning, the starting point. After starting point, the number you are meeting is what? 3. So what do? You are bringing the 3 here. And look out. 1 times 1, 1. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. Meaning 6:3:1. But our interest here is to get to s plus y all over y plus z. This implies this is s, the first one, plus y, which is 3, all over y, which is 3, plus z, which is 1. They give us what? 9 all over 4. Can you see both of them are the same solution? I know most of you prefer this because it's actually short. But if you can still do this, it's okay. But if you feel it's too much, no problem. Just come over to this one. S ratio y ratio z is this 2:1:1, 3:3:1. The solution is what? 6:3:1. Then go back to your question, s plus y, which is 6 plus 3, all over y plus z, 3 plus 1, 9 over 4. The same solution. So that is the solution for that question. Let's look at another question. Question number 2. Question number 2. In a football match, tickets for children and adults were sold at D3 naira and D5 naira respectively. Look at one thing about word problem. Try to know the angle they are coming from. You have been told that ticket for children is sold at what? D3 naira. The one for adults, D5 naira, respectively. Now, if 40 people attended a football match and D1,700 was collected in ticket sales, check correlation in your word problem before you start to solve. How many tickets were sold to adults? Now, we want to know the number of tickets that were sold to adults. You can see D3 naira, D5 naira. You can now see 400 people attended the football match and 1,700 D was collected in ticket sales. Let the correlation connect each other. You can see D will go for D, and the unknown will also go for unknown. We don't know the number of adults and children that were involved. So, linking human beings, let adults be what? S. Let children be Y. This is the amount or the number of children and adults available. You have just assigned it. But another person can say P and Q. It's not a must to use the same letter in exam hall. No. So recall S and Y were referring to human. So how many people were there? 400 people. That means that S plus Y equals what? 400. Equation 1. Now 3D and 5D football match tickets for children and adults were sold. This one is talking about tickets, and that 1,700 is also a ticket. It was gotten from the football this thing, the selling of tickets. So since we have decided to use this in order to form a perfect simultaneous equation, that 3D will be converted as 3S. The other one is what? 5Y equals to 1,700. Call it equation 2. You can see that you have a perfect simultaneous equation at this point in time. 1,700. Okay. Trying to use elimination method, you have to check out for some things. This is unity, while this is not unity. So you can't just say subtract this from this, because the value of S in equation 2 is different from the value of S or the coefficient of S in equation 1. The coefficient of Y in equation 2 is different from the coefficient of Y in equation 1. Therefore, equation 1 multiplied by the coefficient of X in equation 2, Y equation 2 we multiply by what? Coefficient of X in equation 1. But if you want to use Y, no trouble. This 3 is going to multiply everything here, meaning 3 times S, 3S plus 3Y equals to 1,200. 1 multiplying whatever is here gives us the same thing, equals 1,700. Now your elimination method is mature now. You assign minus sign. Do you know why I am assigning the minus sign? It's because this is plus 3S plus 3S. Their signs are the same, so introduce a minus sign. Assume that one of them is minus and one is plus. It means it is already balanced. So after doing this, you can see this will eliminate. Remember the name, elimination. Uniform one will take care of each other. 3y minus 5y will give us minus 2y. 1,200 minus 17 will give us minus 500. Minus can take care of minus 2y at this point is what? 2,000, and that's 500. Multiplying through by the multiplicative inverse of 2y, 1 over 2 times 2y equals 500 times 1 over 2. This can take care of this. You can see that y is now existing alone. This is 250. So, how many adults are here who have 250 adults? Well, yes, how many tickets were sold to adults? Okay. We still verify the number of tickets sold to adults. Let adult be X ticket for children, and this if 400 attended football match, and this was collected in ticket sale. So how many tickets were sold? That's 250 tickets were sold for adults. You can also decide to get the one for children. No issue. You can do that. Okay. We have 250 tickets being the one sold to adults. How many tickets were sold to adults? 250 tickets. Let's get the value of S. Solve for S. If something I want you to understand, solve for S. S plus Y equals 400. X plus 250 equals 400. So that's S equals 400 minus 250. S is 150. 250 plus 150 will sum up 400. Why am I doing this? Just for you to know when you are correct or when you are wrong. So, in a football match, tickets for children and adults were 3 naira and that's 3D and 5D. Look at the 5D here. 5Y. If you want to know Y is 250, 250 multiplied by 5. This is this 10. Then 3 multiplied by 150 is 450. 0. This is 5. 0. 0, 0, 6, 7. You can see it will also give this. So you can see that what you have solved is in order. So you go to the next question. That same question. Mr. Johnson sold 250 tickets. If 175 of them, of the tickets were for adults, how much sales did he make all together? This person sold 250 tickets. If 175 of the tickets were for adults, how much sales did he make all together? Okay, look at this person has sold how many tickets? 175, and it is meant for adults. So out of 175, out of 250, 175 belong to adults. So how many do you think will belong to children? You have already an equation here controlling it. 3x plus 5y (175) multiplied by 5 will give us 175 times 5, 875. Then 250 minus 175. 75, 3 times 75. 225 plus 875. Total is 875 plus 225 equals 1,100. So, how much sale did he make altogether? Mr. Johnson made 1100 cells. Recall that our unit was in D. They didn't tell us what D is all about. So what do? Mr. Johnson sold D 1,100 tickets all together. Okay, so that is the solution. Question B, done and dusted. That's question number 2. Now this is question number 3. A diagram is here before us. In the diagram, PQR is an equilateral triangle of sides 18 cm. M is the midpoint of QR. Okay, good. An arc of a circle with center P touches QR at M and meets PQ at A and PR at B. Calculate correct to 2 decimal places the area of the shaded region. Whenever they talk about area of shaded, try to know the shape given to you and the other shape that makes it up, because it's a composite shape, as the case may be. You are seeing a triangle, and the other one is looking like a sector. Watch it very well. Just a kind of a funnel. So, in this problem, what we are going to do you have seen the diagram. You were told it's an isosceles equilateral triangle. So believe all the sides are what? The same. Despite that we have something of this nature. And the part of it was shaded, which will now prompted the area of shaded region. Here is equilateral meaning 18 cm. 18 cm. Good. Here is also 18 from here to here. So if you divide it into 2, so you have, see, meaning 9 centimeter, 9 centimeter. And when you have this, this is a sine of 90 degrees. Here, call it height. Then this is 18 cm. This is 9 cm. Let's go back to the question. We were told to calculate the area of the shaded region. But let your mind not just focus on the area of shaded region. Ask yourself, what do I need to solve for an area of a shaded portion or region? Area of a triangle, we don't have issue. So this is an equilateral triangle. It means all the angles there are all 60 degrees. Recall, it's 60 degrees. I want you to always learn different ways of solving a given question, not just depending on one particular formula, so that you'll be cramming every time you think it's all about just that same method. No. This is Q, this is R, and here it's AB. Good. And this is P. Okay. First of all, whenever you have opposites in a right angle triangle, we should know that the square of hypotenuse according to Pythagoras theorem, that is 18 squared, is equal to 9 squared plus the square of opposite, that is square of adjacent plus square of opposite equals square of hypotenuse. So what is the square of hypotenuse? 18 square 324. 18 square 324. Alright. 324. 19 square is what? 81 plus h squared. How do we get h? The value of h. 81 is under addition or plus sign. We say subtract 81 from both sides of the equation, okay? Yes. This is 324 minus 81 equals 81 minus 81 plus h squared. So that this can easily be eliminated. So now h squared equals 324 minus 81 243. So taking square root of both sides, taking square root of both sides, we'll have that h squared equals what? Square root of 243. We'll do this, it's going to give us the decimal 243. So h equals 9 root 3 cm. You have to watch this thing critically and understand the nature of diagram you're operating with. If you can watch well and you concentrate, this point that is divided into 2, which gave us height, is also a radius to this sector. Watch well. If I have this as if this is to be a circle, watch. It will have to go around like this, okay? When it does, this point to this point is radius. Here to here is also radius. Here to this side is radius. Here to this side is radius. Here to this side is radius. Therefore, this one is also what? Radius. Meaning we have gotten radius of the circle or this just sector if a complete circle is formed. But that's not what we are looking for now. We are looking out for a way of getting the area of shaded region. The first area of shaded region, let us handle the area of a triangle. Recall that when you have a triangle having an angle in it, you are going to use the formula area equals A equals 1/2 AB sine theta. Unlike this formula, you know, area equals 1/2 base times height. This one is no longer necessary because we are dealing with angle. Like I said before, this is not only way of getting the height. The height can also be gotten through this way. Since you have divided this into 2, I made you to know that here is what? 60 degrees. If I divide it into 2, it means here is what? 30 degrees. Fine. If I say opposite over hypotenuse, opposite or the second format of height before we finalize the area of a triangle here, opposite, that's 9/h equals tan 30 degrees. If I have this, what is tan 30? I I know that tan 30 is 1 over sort 3. So when I cross multiply, h times 1 equals 9 sort 3. H now equals 9 sort 3. Cn. Is that clear? Please learn how to solve in different ways. No particular formula that is the best in maths. That's why you need to be versatile in what you are doing. You need to understand yourself in what you are solving. It's not a case of copy and paste. It's a case of, or a question of understanding what you are doing. Now back to business. For what area of a triangle? For area of a triangle now, area of a triangle, remember I said this formula is not necessary, so we are making use of this. A now, area equals 1 all over 2 times 18 times 18 sin 60 degree. So this will give us 2 here, this is 9 times 18. Sin 60 degree means sort 3 all over 2. Here, we are going to have 9 times 9 times sort 3, which is what? 81 sort 3 cm square. If you so wish, you can leave your answer in sort form. But if you are not interested in sort form, you can then say 18 times 18 times 1 equals this all over 2 equals this 162. Then multiply by say 60 degree, 81 sort 3 equals times 81, 140.296. 140.296 cm square. At this point, you are not approximating because you are not done with the solving. You are not done with solving, so don't approximate at this point. You can just select to an extent and leave the rest. Okay, the next thing we need to do, what is the next shape you are able to identify in this question is for a sector. Now, what is the area of a sector? You ask yourself that question. Area of a sector. Area of a sector. Area of sector A equals pi all over 360, that's theta all over 360 times pi r squared is area of a sector. Area A equals theta. What's our theta? 60 degrees, no longer anything. Divided by 360. Multiply by pi means 22 over 7. Pi r means what? 9 sort 3. All squared. Okay? So area equals, this is 1 all over 6. Multiply by 22 over 7 times 81 times 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2. So area equals 22 times 81 all over 14. into 2 times 81 divided by 14 equals area equals 127.28571 cm square. But look at the instruction. Calculate correct to 2 decimal places the area of shaded portion. Now, area of shaded portion. Shaded portion equals area of triangle PQR minus area of sector. Okay, so our triangle PQR, the area, shaded portion or shaded region equals 140.296 minus 127.2857 minus 140.296 minus 127.2857 that is 13.0101 This will give us 2 decimal places. You count. Immediately after the point, you begin to count 1, 2. Can 0 approximate? No. 13.01 cm square. This comes to the end of the question number 3. The area of shaded region is what? 13.01 centimeter square. So that is the area of the shaded region. It's another one, circle geometry. Circle geometry. Question number 4, circle geometry. Okay. In the diagram, PQ around S are points on the circle with center K, comma. Side KR is bisector of angle SRQ, KSP. Angle KSP is 41 degree and angle SKR is 80 degree. Find angle RQP. First of all, you draw. But remember, these days, your question, your booklet is together with the question. So you don't actually need to draw, except the question is given in words. This is 80 degree. This is K. S. This is 41. This is Q. This is P. And this is R. If you watch, triangle RKS is an isosceles triangle. Look at that triangle very well. It's an isosceles triangle. So as a result, this triangle RKS, which is an isosceles triangle, recall that the base angle of an isosceles triangle are what? Equal. If here is 80 degree already, Since they are equal this way, I'll call here x. Also call here x. In the maths we are used to s, people say you always look for s. It can be p. Assume that we decided to make it p. It means if the base angle of isosceles triangle are equal, p plus 80 degree equals 180 degree. What is the reason for saying this? The sum of angles in a triangle, they are what? They are equal to 180 degree. That's the only reason you can say this. So, this is 2p being equal to 180 minus 80 degree. So, at 2p equals what? 100 degree. Divide through by 2. P is what? 50 degree. Each of this place now is what? 50. 50. Can I see it? You have settled this part. But the question is, what are we looking for? R, Q, P. Look at R, Q, P. No issue. We will have that the total of this place is directly opposite this. And we count 1, 2, 3, 4. How many points? We have 4 points. Automatically, this is what? A cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, angle RSP plus angle RQP equals what? 180 degree. Reason: sum of interior opposite angles of who? Cyclic quadrilateral, cyclic quad, is what? 180 degree. So at this point, we have to say that 50 degree plus 41 degree plus the one you don't know, I call it k, equals to 180 degree. So that 91 degree plus k equals 180 degree. And k is representing our angle, what? RQP. So call it angle RQP now equals 180 degree minus 91 degree. Angle RQP equals 81 degree. So that is the value for angle RQP. So you have gotten the solution for that. Let's look at the next question. Find angle SPQ. Circle geometry is actually interesting, but you must know how to make your comment or state your reasons. Whatever you do in geometry has a reason, and such reason must be stated if you want to score all the marks, if you want to get all the scores. Okay, solving it this way, let's be part of the question. First of all, identify what you are solving. S, P, Q. That is here. Okay? Like I told you, this is an isosceles triangle. If this is an isosceles triangle, the internal is 50 degrees. It means the one outside there, this leg is what you are considering. Can you see the leg? It means also here is 50 degrees. And if this happens, it means they are together, two of them. And this guy is directly opposite this. So angle R and angle P, they are opposite to each other. That's another what? Cyclic quadrilateral. You have to say angle QRS plus angle QPS equals what? 180 degree. So what is angle QRS? QRS is 50 plus 50 plus Z equals 180 degree. Reason the same statement, sum of interior opposite angle of cyclic quadrilateral. So 100 degree plus Z equals 180 degree. Z now equals 180 degree minus 100 degree. Z, recall that Z is what? Angle Q, angle S, P, Q. This is SPQ, which is what? 80 degree. Therefore, angle SPQ equals what? 80 degree. You are done solving. So this is solution for what? Angle SPQ. The reason for that is what? Sum of opposite interior angle of what? Cyclic quadrilateral. Cos what? 180 degree. So that's just that. So that is the solution for that. Let's go over to question number 5. Okay, question 5. A boy stands at the point M on the same horizontal level as the foot T of a vertical building. He observed an object on the top P of the building at an angle of elevation of what? 66 degrees. He moves directly backwards to a new position. That is, the boy, if he has been standing here, he now moves like this again. You can see it. You are forming two elevations. See and observe the same object at an angle of what? 53 degrees. If empty is 50 degrees, illustrate the information in a diagram. That's just the instruction. Illustrate this information in a diagram. A boy stands at a point M. If this boy is standing here, let's just make a horizontal line on the same horizontal line as the foot T of a vertical building. Let's say this is a building, okay? And this person was standing somewhere. The point T, the vertical building. Okay. He observed an object on top P of the building. Let's say this is P. Okay, on top, meaning the T will be somewhere here. At an angle of elevation of 66. This person was standing here. See it? Elevation simply means looking up. If you climb a tree, you are looking down. That is depression. Elevation, looking up. Then depression, looking down. So this person was looking up this way. That is, here, this way. So use your ruler to draw well. This is the position of this board. 66 degrees. Okay? that is his position. He now moves directly backwards to a new point C. Look at moving backwards. From this point, if the boy is standing this way, he moves like this. He observes an angle of elevation of what? 53. Let's say it is from here. He moves from here to here. Call it point C. Use your ruler, please draw very well. So, 53 degrees. You can see it. Call it point what? C. So the point C. Okay. Now, if MT is 50 meters, CM, CT, meaning this point, 50 meters, represents, illustrates the information in a diagram. That's all. We have illustrated the needed information in a diagram. This is the information. Let's see if they have more questions on it. Okay? They say calculate I part of this question. Calculate and correct to 1 decimal place the height of the building. Look at this thing. You can see where is the height looking at. And you can also see if angle is here, angle is here. It means here is what? 90 degrees. This is opposite. Wherever angle is facing is opposite. And wherever the symbol 90 degrees is facing, they are all called hypotenuse. Now, most often, opposite is what the height we are talking about. You can call here h, the height of the building. Let it be what? H. Okay. We want to get the height of the building. Height of this building. This is where the boy was standing. And this is a building this way. Now, the gap between where the boy was standing and that of the building is what? Just the distance is 50 meters. Simple. Now, the height of this building now, let's see. Opposite all over adjacent. That's h all over 50 equals tan 66 degrees. So that the height of the building equals 50 tan what? 66 degrees. So you check out tan 66. Which will give us 2.4. That is 50 multiplied by 2.24. 2.246036. The height of this building equals 112.30 meter. The instruction says calculate correct to 1 decimal place. Count 1. Can this approximate? No. 112.3 meter. This is the solution for the height of the building. This is part 1. I, part of the question. I calculate correct to 1 decimal point. MC. Like the distance, MC. It's also a nice one. Let's see how we can go about the MC, the length MC, this side. If you watch this diagram very well, we'll have height already. We'll have part of the distance. The total distance is what? Cm plus mt is the total distance for this very diagram. But total distance where that boy was standing and that of the building. Total distance of the boy and building equals what? Cm plus mt, which implies Cm plus 50. Just leave it this way first. Don't fear it. And you also know that if I delete this line, I will have one triangle. But leaving the line, we are having two triangles. For the first triangle, we know that h all over 50 equals tan 66 degrees. Good. We also know that h all over cm plus 50 equals tan 53 degrees. Equation 2, equation 1. Just be critical about what you are doing. You also recall that we will have our height already. If that should be the case, it means we don't even have a problem here. We're going to say 112.30, which is the height of the building, all over Cm, or you can call it MC. Anyone, the set MC, length of MC, plus 50 equals tan 53. Let's get tan 53 and know what it means. Tan 53 degrees, 1.3274. 1.3274, 1.207044. Okay, I will have to cross multiply at this point by saying that this being a fraction, I'm making it a fraction. This to this, this to this. 112.30 equals 1.3270448 multiplied by who? MC plus 50. So that 112.30 equals 1.3270448 MC plus 66.35. 66.3522. Now, collecting the like terms, 112.3, 112.30 minus 663522 equals 1.3270448 MC. When you subtract, you have 45.947775758 equals 1.3270448 MC. Divide through by this 1.3270448. 1.3270448. Now MC equals divided by 1.3270448. 34.6 34.6241. The instruction is to one decimal place. So to one decimal place now give us MC, the length of MC equals 34.6241. So what is what is this 1? Can this approximate? No. 34.6 meter. 6 meter. So this is the solution for MC is what? 34.6 meter. This is the end of section A for this theory.